Welcome, crack, to 307 Rebacks.
And I got a busted one. I can do this all night.
God damn it. All right, Lola, you asked for it, and here we are with it. It's time for Lucidious equals music video.
Now, if you guys don't know Lola, she's been one of our day ones. Like, literally one of the first people
I think maybe
from YouTube to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, like everything.
And maybe like one of the first people to ever comment on our stuff, too. She might be like...
her and Heidi were like right there.
We're like the first two right after we posted. It was like, oh, we got a comment already. Look at that. And it was just like, I think it was on the Tom video. And they were like, Hog Family. And we were just like, I don't know what that is. Okay, cool. Yeah. Here we are 250 videos later, and...
Shoot, dude, we got to be getting into 300 close.
I mean, my videos, the ones that are actual reaction videos, not including lives or shorts or anything like that, I think we're like almost 250. And I think we have like 30-something shorts and lives and stuff. So we're close.
I think I looked, and we were like at 290-something with everything. But, it's...
So we're coming up on it, people.
It's a shit road.
But anyways, so this is a musical artist named Lucidious. Right?
I would assume so.
See, we don't really know anything about this.
Yes, Lucidious, and then the song is Equals.
The song is called Equals. We're just kind of doing some checks to see if we could actually do this with licensing and things like that. I think we're gonna be all right with it. Lucidious has 230,000 subscribers, so doing pretty damn well if you ask me. So I have no idea what we're about to get into. This is a 4.5 minute long video. We're gonna go for it. Okay. Before we do, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Head over to Lucidious's page. Give them a subscription as well. We are going live on November 21st. It's a Sunday, noon Mountain Standard Time. And check out your time zones and make sure that lines up. Or if you don't want to worry about your time zones, you 85% of you could just hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, become part of our notification gang, and it'll just tell you when we're live. It'll just come across your phone, and you can just click on it, and boom, just take you right to the feed. Okay? You can watch us dick around with all our mechanical, audio, technical crap at the beginning, and screw everything up for a little while, and then come join the fun.
By the way, to our new subscribers, I'm Chris. This is Matt, and back behind the camera in editing is Ronnie.
Hashtag.
We
Thanks,
get
Ronnie.
a hashtag. Thanks, Ronnie, down in the comments. He does a good job. I started making fun of his hand movements because Ronnie does that.
He does a lot of tracking, so he'll track our hands a lot in the videos because
especially Matt.
Neither of us. I cannot talk without moving my hands. I'm terrible at it, man. Turns out, and Ronnie has exposed that in me. So fuck it. Here we go. Let's go.
MBA from Berkeley. Very impressive, Abdul. Double major in communication and sociology from Miami. Nice. Everyone, thanks for coming in, but we've decided to go with someone for the job. Thank you for making time for us this morning.
Oh, hold up. What's going on here? Okay. Do you get it now?
No.
Let's go back. Let me see if I can get it right here. Look at the panel. So he's taking resumes from everybody, right? Yeah. And he's taking all their accolades from everybody. Look, so we got Hispanic dude, black female, Asian woman, white male at the very end.
Is this going to be a white privilege thing?
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm looking at the panel right. I'm thinking, equals. I'm thinking maybe it's being from Lola. I'm thinking maybe it's like in the same vein as a Tom McDonald kind of message type of thing. So interested to find out, but I really like the message, or I really like the storyline so far and like how it's working out. Like definitely some sort of privileged bullshit going on here. So let's see what happens.
To go with someone for the job.
I just had
Thank you for making time for us this morning.
He's like, oh. Okay.
Like he didn't even.
He's like, I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Don't mention it. Glad to have you here.
Can't help but wonder why you offered it to me. You didn't read my resume.
Let's just say that you're more of what we're looking for.
Did you notice that the name of the company was called Quotient as well? And quotient is another, it's like a synonym for equals. Like the quotient of an equation is the sum of the equation. So yeah, and just really quick, see quotient on the back there.
I did not notice that.
Another
Good
thing
catch.
for equals. Yeah.
Good catch.
I want to work. Look at bro, your workplace has lights and shit. Coffee's lit up. It's kind of weird. Take it back. I don't really want to work there. It's getting creepy.
You and I, we're just different colors. Different people got different mothers. Dodging bullets, yeah, they missed another. No one's safe, but I run for cover. To love yourself, gotta love another. You can't get lightning without the thunder. The one you shot probably got a brother. They all say truth has been on the surface. I think they're scared to show us what's under. And if we knew, would it all be worth it? Can't do much when we're just a number. You or me could be pointing the muzzle of a gun far away at a distant cousin. And we won't know cause they told us nothing. Ain't thinking about lives while they pressing buttons. I ain't above them, but truthfully, I ain't on either side neither. What's with the leak in the emails and turn right around and expect us to believe her? Dividing the people by building a wall as we all stand aside in the bleachers. I guess I grew up with a different belief for what I would define as a leader. Killing each other is killing our kind. Live in a prison that's greater than time. Hatred and greed are consuming our minds. Are we at fault for not reading the signs? Turning the shoulder while little kids die. You be the judge if the morals apply. The rate that we're going, we will not survive. Are you prepared to look death in the eyes? Too much sin to get absolution. Every day in the world is a massive shooting. Teenage girls stuck in prostitution. Been the victim of a war causing mass confusion. How do we come together as a race? If God could speak to us, then what would he say? Make no mistake, ain't no escape when the infinite comes and determines our fate. Wait, I'm about to break. I've been feeling pressure, man, I've never been a saint. Can you envision the picture that I'm trying to paint? Then maybe take a second and listen to what I say. Damn, I just gotta pray, How we gon' fly if we've been stuck inside a cage? All that we can do is try and live another day. Come together as a group and find a way to make a change. Everybody working hard, just trying to make a...
Okay. So definitely, oh wow, well, okay. I didn't even realize.
Dude,
holy shit, I was getting lost. I didn't realize we were that far into it already. Holy shit! Sorry guys, sorry for not pausing. There you go. There's maybe a first on our channel. Sorry for not pausing. It's definitely in a Tom McDonald kind of vein. Like I'm not trying to say that he's trying to be anything. Like he's not trying to be Tom McDonald. It's just another one that's kind of like in line with what those same kind of views, right?
Yeah, like he's like, there's a lot of shit going on, and like it showed the Twin Towers like smoking or whatever. Like the crazy thing about that whole thing is, at least from what we've been told. I mean, unfortunately, today's media tells us a whole bunch of stuff that's not true, and maybe it has a sprinkle of truth in it, but whatever. But like there are a lot of religions out there, and I know like there's separate sections of like Islam, right? So there's there's a lady who comes to the shop, she's Muslim, and she's like one of the just all about peace, like loving everybody. Like she'll never, she's like, oh, you don't believe in anything, that's perfectly cool, and that's just the way she is.
Yeah.
However, there are some that live like in the Middle East that have a very different opinion. They're completely against capitalism. Their women are treated horribly. They're marrying off 13-year-old girls to like 50-year-old men, and like all this crazy shit going on. And those people, like at the end of the day, they're people. Like, and they have a hatred in their heart towards somebody who looks different or believes different than they do. And then you flip it to the other side. There's some of us who look around the world and we don't like people because of what they believe or what they look like or whatever. And he's like, dude, at the end of the day, we're just all people trying to live on this planet. Like,
yeah, and that's really what he's trying to get at. He's talking about like how are we all gonna become one race and stop worrying about nitpicking because of this, that, or the other, whatever it may be. I like that in one of his bars there towards the beginning. Again, I got caught up and lost in it, but one of his bars towards the beginning there, he's talking a little bit politically. You know, he made mention of, you know, how are those emails going to leak, and then everyone's expected to believe her. You know, obviously talking about certain political people that I don't want to make any mentions of names or anything like that. We're not here to get into a debate, but I just like that he's kind of in the same channel of, I'm not taking a side on anything. I'm just trying to point a few things out and trying to figure out, like, what do? We need to stop focusing on these remedial things that don't need our focus right now, that everyone's trying to get, or certain groups are trying to get us to focus on, and start figuring out the bigger picture. I think that's really the message of it, right?
Yeah.
Thus far?
I mean, it's so, because the question could be asked, what is the bigger picture? And I think everybody spends their entire life trying to figure out what the bigger picture is.
That's fair. Yeah, okay.
You know, and so that leads a lot of people to, well, I think the bigger picture is, you know, being a very prominent political figure, or being famous, or, you know, I'm going to devote myself to this religion because that's the bigger picture. Everybody has a different idea of what the bigger picture is. But what is the real bigger picture? Like that, and that's why he makes the reference. Like, what would God say if he could talk to us? Like, what is the bigger picture?
What is your bigger picture? Let us know down in the comment sections. Sound off down there. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know your interpretation of the video thus far too. Lola, I know you're going to be down in there sounding off, because you're going to be lighting up on this one, because this is. Thank you for the recommendation. This has been amazing. So let's keep going. Let's see what else he's got for the last minute.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get sucked in.
God, I just want to make. Yeah,
let's back it up 10.
Okay, let's go 10. Here we go.
Damn, I just gotta pray. How we gon' fly if we been stuck inside a cage? All we can do is try and live another day. Come together as a group and find a way to make a change. Everybody working hard, just trying to make a wage up on payday. In the same game, call it Mayday. Ain't nobody tell me they would treat me like a villain as soon as I started building my music and all my fame came. I don't do this to be hot shit. I don't make raps for the profits. I'm making music for all of the kids that been killing themselves over gossip. I'm standing up for our people, for every religion that's peaceful. Whether Islamic or Buddhist or Jewish, or you pray inside a cathedral. I believe we can all make a difference. I believe we can fight off this evil. But the only way we'll survive is if we start treating each other as equals.
Man, those last few bars, we're going to talk about those.
Everyone, thank you. I believe we've made a decision for where to go for the job. The rest of you, thank you for coming in this morning.
I don't think this is the right place for me.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
All right.
Yeah, okay. I kind of forgot what I was going to talk about there. He was saying,
he did make reference of,
oh no, we don't
you know, he's down with, you know, not necessarily supporting, but like, you know, hey man, I'm cool with your religion if it's peaceful. Like,
that's what I wanted to talk about. He's
huge.
like, you know what? I'm here to support the religions that are peaceful. I don't care what you believe in, and this, it falls in the same vein as me. I'm kind of the same way. Like, I'm not a religious person. However, I don't have a problem with you being a religious person whatsoever. So long as your religion is peaceful and it doesn't impede on anybody else's freedoms or beliefs, and don't come around selling your shit to me because I'm not buying. That's one of the biggest things in my book. Like, don't sell your shit to me because I've done my research and I'm not buying. You don't need to come preaching your shit at me, okay? I'm totally fine with you going and hanging out and worshiping and doing your thing. Go do your thing. That's totally fine. But some people out there aren't buying, right? So I totally can relate to that on a big level, where he's like, you know, I'm supporting the religions that are peaceful. Doesn't matter if you're Jewish or Catholic or whatever it is, as long as you're doing it the right way. You know what I mean? Like, go believe in God, believe in whatever you want to believe in. Just don't believe in it to the point where it's starting to cause violence, or it makes you be violent towards other people. What the hell is that? Like, I don't think anybody's quote unquote or proverbial God would want that for any religion or race, right? Like, that's not the bigger picture that we were talking about.
I
don't know. I don't know.
I've said it before on the channel, and if you guys haven't heard it, I'll say it again. I think that everything has a purpose and a place on this earth. And whether that's by grand design of somebody or something out there by some being, or whether it's just a cosmic energy in the universe, I don't know. But I believe everything has a purpose.
Collection of atoms and energy or something,
Yeah,
whatever the fuck it may be.
Whatever that is. Whatever
yeah.
Becca's talking about all the time, I don't know.
Whatever she got them candles out there for, I don't fucking know. Love you, baby.
So everything has a purpose in its place. Like, I know tons of people. Like, I used to go to church a lot. I was raised in church. But, like, I've met tons and tons and tons of people. There's a guy that I met in North Carolina when I went back east. He used to work with a very prominent biker group. I'm not going to say who they are, but everybody knows them universally.
Fair enough.
And he was a hitman for them.
Oh, wow.
This
Okay.
guy has done some real bad things.
Okay.
He was addicted to heroin and methamphetamine, and he was into all this crazy shit
Damn.
and destroying his life. And he found his way out through religion. And he's like, hey, you know what? I've got nowhere else to turn to but God. And so that's what he did. And he was able to fix his life and get himself a house, a loving wife, kids. He's helping others get off drugs and stuff. And I mean, it's something that he's found that's helped him. Like that
when my dad was
that's
going,
what it is.
Yeah, when my dad was going through alcoholism and things like that, and he was looking for kind of a resource to get out. That's kind of the way that he was going. He started doing the religion thing, and even though me and my sister didn't really, we're not religious people. So like when he decided to do that, it wasn't necessarily like we were like, okay, cool. If that's what you need to do, if that's boom, if that's what you found, buddy, go for it. Like I'm not, and like we're his own kids, and we were like, do it, go do the thing.
Yeah.
Like it's not our cup of tea, but if that's what's going to help you, man, anything that's going to help you, absolutely. And that's what we were just talking, and I don't remember what video it was a while back. Weren't we talking about Struggle Jennings too? Wasn't he kind of the same way? Went through a big prison bout or whatever. Was that Struggle? That was Struggle, right?
Was Struggle.
Okay. And then kind of helped himself out of that by finding religion and kind of moving through that thing. Look, if it helps you get over some horrible thing that's happened to you or whatever, and helps you move on and helps you be a better person, why wouldn't anybody support that? Like it'd be wrong not to support that, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, and I get it, because there's a lot of people, like for instance, that guy who was involved in all that stuff. I understand why he would want to go out and tell people, right?
Yeah,
Because it's something immense that happened in his life.
It's harrowing almost.
Yeah, like, however, it's not for everybody. But those people who he's helped, they found it in the same thing. And it's because he's been there, he's learned that. And I think a lot of the problem falls with young kids and young adults and people who've grown up in that and have never really seen the purpose of it, right? Who ruin it for everybody else, right? Because I can think of 100 old people in this church that you have tattoos and piercings? Well, you can't be leading the choir up there. You can't be doing this, that, or the other. It's like, music is my thing that like helps me with my stuff in life. It doesn't necessarily, whether it's religious music, not religious music, it doesn't matter. Music's music to me. But there are people who grew up, my daddy was a pastor, and they're now 80 years old, and they're just going to hound on everybody for the way they look, the way they dress, how they act when they're not at church, and like all this crazy stuff. And those are the people who ruin it for everybody else.
Tooth and Nail Records. Look them up. They're a Christian record company. They have some of the heaviest metal bands in the world on their label. Like bands that if somebody put them on and you didn't know they were a Christian band, you would be like, how dare you play this in a church?
Yeah.
Underlying, they're literally screaming about Jesus, okay?
Yeah.
Like, and it's some of the most brutal shit ever. Like,
yeah.
So don't judge a book by its
has
cover.
Their thing.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Some of those dudes have bigger gauges than I do. Doesn't mean they're not going to Bible study every day. You know what I mean? Like, everyone has their own thing.
Yeah.
So don't judge a book by its cover. Absolutely. And when I say, just to preface, when I say don't sell your shit to me, it's totally fine to approach somebody and ask them about their religious views or whatever you want to do. Like if you're
like
trying
have a conversation,
if you're trying to spread the good word or whatever, that's fine. However, if I tell you no, that's it. That's the end of the conversation, okay? Like, if I tell you, hey, man, it's not my thing. I appreciate what you're doing, but, you know,
can I come in
kind of
talk to
barking
you
up
for
the wrong
5
tree.
minutes? It's
I don't
like,
need
dude.
this, well, how come a blah, blah, blah. No. I've given you my explanation. That's it. That should be all it is for you. I'm not going to sit here and try and sell you my drum set in the garage for 10 minutes because I know you don't want it.
Yeah.
Maybe you do, but like if you tell me no, I know you don't want it, right?
Yeah.
That's it. So that's what I'm getting at when I say don't sell it to me. I'm not like this unapproachable monster that's just like, oh, don't fucking talk to that guy because he's just going to shut you down like a dick. No, I'm just saying don't oversell. That's when I say don't sell something to me. I worked in retail, so I know what it's like to sell something to somebody when they don't want it. So that's kind of just a preface for that. But anyways, I thought that was amazing, man.
What do you give it for a hat rating?
It had a real definite Eminem nostalgia vibe for me. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Lola, you have to let me know. I know there's controversy on Eminem as a person and his music and things. I like him, but that doesn't deteriorate any other things that I watch. So I don't know, 4.5 out of 5. Because I would like to dig into some more stuff from him and kind of get a better foundation, you know.
I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
Just for the simple fact, like the message was amazing.
It was really good.
His flow was good. Don't get me wrong. It was just kind of one of those things like I haven't heard a flow like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There was a certain, I don't know, maybe it was something in like that, like his vocals were intense, but maybe it was something in like the production style. Maybe there was too much compression on it, so it was biting down too much on things. It didn't seem as emotional as the vocals were making it sound. I don't know. It's a weird audio technical thing going on in my brain.
I was struggling with the I wish his flow was a little bit more smoother, maybe a little quicker paced. But at the same time, the reason he did it that specific way is to make sure you heard
Gotta
every
be clear.
word.
Yep, and we've talked about that before, clear and concise, and making sure you get your point across. So I can see both sides of it for sure on that one. But regardless, I thought it was great. I'm down to dive into more of his stuff. Lola, thank you so much for the recommendation. If you guys have any other suggestions for us, leave them down in the comments section. Make sure you go over to Lucidious's page, give him a subscription as well, and do the rest of the stuff. Do the rest of the thing.
Well, if you guys like this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button. Click the bell. Become part of the notification gang. And with that,
it gets crazier every time.
see y'all next time. Bow.
The fucking boy's working.
I'm working on a busted pooter valve.
Jesus Christ. All right.
My EGR all fucked up. You know, the
again.
exhaust gas recirculation.
Yeah, I know. I had to put one in the Subaru. Stupid. No, I guess mine was a PCV valve, but kind of the same thing, right? It's exhaust gas shit goes through there or something like that. PCV's oil, isn't it?
Crankcase pressure out of the crankcase and vents it back into the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so regardless, there's a bit with a plug that lets air out.